whether he plays this year, would you try to keep him out and play him the next year? I don't know where we'll be on that, but we'll see as we go forward. It's kind of a day-to-day thing, I think.
Jim, I cover West Virginia.
Seriously?
I do.
You know,
I'm not sure I do it seriously.
You know I'm a hillbilly.
I heard you reference that today.
West Virginia.
Huntington, right. You've had some interesting, I shouldn't say interesting, but just some interactions with, I guess, your home state. Bill Stewart, Jeff Mullen, I think, went for us there. You hired Lonnie. I don't know, just, I guess it sticks with you a little bit. If you're from the state, you kind of never really get away from it.
No. A lot of great coaches came out of the state of West Virginia. A lot of good coaches.
Sure. Did you ever see West Virginia play growing up? You're in the other part of the state, and they're not supposed to root for West Virginia down there.
Yeah. I probably saw Marshall more.
Right.
We go over and watch Marshall games, but you knew about West Virginia certainly. I mean, they did some really cool stuff. Coach Bowden, Coach Carlin, a lot of good coaches came through there.
Will your dean there be the first time you've been in that stadium?
No, I played there when I was at the University of Virginia. We played them back when they had. Bernie Galiffa and Danny Buggs and Billy Joe Mantooth and Tree Rollins and all those guys. Pretty good football team.
Stadium's downtown, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. I just get on the bus and go play. That's kind of
the coaches that come from there. It sticks with them. I was talking to Rick Trickett about this the other day too. He was on the flood stuff, and he said it never really leaves. Have you taken certain fabric of the state stuff with you throughout your career?
Yeah, people don't realize what a great state and what great people. Just solid, good people.
Right.
You grow up in an era where you just go play out in the streets and you play until midnight every night. We go from stickball to football to basketball to wiffle ball out back, and just a great growing up in Huntington, a great place to grow up and be a kid.
You and Stu were close though, correct?
He's probably my best friend.
Right.
One of my best buddies. Cal McCombs and I are really close. Got some other guys, but nobody closer than Stu.
What was so special about that guy or that relationship?
I think being West Virginia guys, something about that. We coached together at Marshall, and then kept our friendship. He left and went to William and Mary, and I left and went to Air Force, and he did a couple stops along the way, and then he came back to the academy with us, and we lived side by side, and his wife Karen and my wife Holly are great friends, and so we just always had something about West Virginia boys. It's easy to be friends.
If I remember correctly, hardly any assistants ever left. Even like most of your staff came from Ohio and Wake Forest too, right? And Jeff was one of the first ones to actually leave for a job, correct? How did that happen? Did you have to sign off on that? Did Stu just make a really good sell? I mean, it really hadn't happened much, right?
Well, Jeff came to me actually. Stu wasn't even involved. Jeff came to me, and he knew that Stu needed an offensive coordinator, and Jeff was my quarterback coach. And he came to me and asked. He said, Coach, if you don't mind, would you call Stu for me? And I've always been a head coach that felt like if you can improve your situation, I'm helping you. I'm going to help you do it. And so for him to leave me as a quarterback coach and be a coordinator at West Virginia, to me was a no-brainer, especially coaching for Stu. So I didn't want him to do that, but I felt like if that's what he wanted career-wise, I'd help him do it.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
This is funny. Guess where I'm from?
Another hillbilly?
Huntington.
Are you from Huntington?
I'm from Huntington, yeah.
Good deal.
Good to meet
I
you.
like it.
What do you feel about
Are you from West Virginia?
I'm from Morgantown.
Okay.
Do I get a handshake at least?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
You got shoes on?
Just one.
Okay, there you go.
I get asked that all the time around here. Did you finish high school in Huntington, or did you move away?
I did, Huntington High.
Huntington High, the old
High, and then the worst thing about that is they were the Pony Express. I thought that was the greatest nickname. Everywhere I've been, all over the country I've been recruiting, I've never seen Pony Express. I thought that was the coolest, unique nickname. We had the horseshoe like the Colts, and really cool. It was neat.
My dad actually went there. He was class of 70, I believe.
Okay. Well, I would have been 70.
70, really?
Right there.
Carl Vance is his name.
Carl Vance. Yeah. I bet I'd recognize him. I'll get Holly to pull out the old pictures of all the guys in the
yearbook. It's pretty cool. Back to Baylor. 1996, MAC Coach of the Year. 2006, ACC Coach of the Year. What are the odds of 2016 Big 12 coach day?
Well, I won't worry about that. Somebody brought that up. It makes you feel a little comfortable, though, to know that you had good years in the sixes. But I really have one focus. It's really fun for me right now with the football side of it because, I've had a good career and I can just be totally focused on one season, trying to get these guys to bounce back and do something cool this season, so it's a good feeling.
Did you Andrew Doak came back in Lubbock?
Andrew.
Obviously, this is a tough spot to come into. Is it, since you've been on the job, is it more overwhelming than you planned it would be coming in?
Well, the thing that you learn is you can't do it all at once. We're not going to solve all these issues in one day. So it's been a little bit of a process, learning process for a lot of us. Every day you come to work, you learn something new. And so it's really been draining from an energy standpoint, mentally, because you really have to realize that these are issues that are very serious issues that we have to deal with in a very serious way. But you just have to go a day at a time. You can't do it all at once. So you've got to go a day at a time, and eventually once you feel like you're getting more of a handle on dealing with the issues that we've had, we're able to start going forward a little bit and start looking toward football season a little bit. And we still have to be very cognizant of our players being good guys and doing the right thing, but it's going to be fun to start doing a little bit of football now.
How much do you feel like you have to sell yourself to some of the players? Because obviously, most of the guys on the roster signed up to play for someone different. But how's that process kind of gone?
Well, it's really a situation now where the players, I think they at least trust me now. Originally they're kind of scratching their heads and wondering about this Grobe guy. But I think they finally figured out that I'm here for them, and that's why I'm here. That my main, aside from Coach Taft asking me to come and coming for him, I felt like I could help these guys because I really have no ego. I'm not here to take over Art's program. I'm just here to get these guys through this season. I don't know what will happen down the road, but I didn't know I was going to be here. I didn't know I was going to be in this situation. I didn't plan on being here. So we don't know what the future holds, but it's a really refreshing situation for me right now because I'm totally focused on one season and not thinking about my career 10 years from now. I'm focused on one season, and that's a good feeling.
Do you expect to be here next year? Do you want to be here next year?
I have no idea right now. My total goal and my most honest evaluation is I'm here for one season. As I said, I didn't expect to be here for this season, so going forward, who knows what might happen down the road. But for me right now, I'm going to try it over these next 4 or 5 months, give the best I got to this football team and these players, and after that, we'll kind of see when the smoke clears where we're headed.
With the future being unsure as far as whether or not you could be here past 1 year, I mean, obviously that's got to be different than some of the other coaching positions that you've been in, whether it was when you were head coach at Wake Forest. You're obviously every year fighting to keep your job and wanting to improve the program that you're in. How different is that?
I think the point we were laughing about it earlier, but really every coach is an interim coach. So if you went to any coach in the country right now and said, "Do you know positively you're going to be here next year?" Every one of them, if they were honest, would say, "I have no idea." And as secure as you think you are, coaches may move to other programs. Coaches may go to the NFL. Coaches may get fired. Things happen, and so going forward, for me personally, because I'm not scratching and clawing to establish a career, I can really just kind of be free to coach the best I can coach for 4 or 5 months and not worry about it. And once we get through this season, hopefully we'll have had a really, really good season, and then we kind of see where we're headed.
When you took the job, were there discussions of how the assistants would remain on staff, and can I bring my own guys? And I mean, how did that all go?
Yeah. It was made clear to me that I could make changes as I saw fit, and I've always had an assistant coach mentality. I've never really seen myself as a head coach. My love was coaching my linebackers, having a position to coach. And so I've always seen myself as an assistant. So coming in here, I didn't come in here with the mentality that I was going to change all the coaching staff. I've never been a guy to just go hire friends. You know, I've always tried to hire quality coaches. And I felt like coming into this situation, obviously from a football standpoint, strictly from a football standpoint, I felt like this was a coaching staff that had proven they can get the job done. I saw no reason to make changes unless I was told to make changes by the university or found out there was some misconduct on the part of assistant coaches, and I've never sensed that or been told that from any source.
Any other good Stu stories?
Any other good Stu stories? There are too many good Stu stories. That guy was a piece of work. Now he's my buddy. He was funny. He always made fun of me. You know, my older son Matt was a club pro out in Vegas for several years at Dragon Ridge, and now he's the golf coach at Marshall. And because of Matt, we would go play golf together, kind of a father-son deal. And even my young son Ben, who's a football guy more than Neanderthal, he wasn't ever going to go play golf. But when Matt and I were playing all the time, he figured out, well, if I'm going to go be with Matt and Dad, I got to go play golf. So the three of us play a lot. But Stu used to make fun of me because I liked to play golf with Matt, and I played with some of the coaches at Air Force, and he used to make fun of me for playing. And then as soon as he got the head coaching job at VMI, he had all these golf outings to go to, and so he started taking lessons and buying clubs and calling me for advice. You know, so I thought it was funny. He changed from being a hardhead to a more normal guy.
Coach has a plane to catch, guys.
All right.
Nice to meet you.